UAE Foreign Minister Abdullah bin Zayed described Iran as terrorists. UAE Presidential Advisor Anwar Gargash stated that efforts by all parties should not stop at a ceasefire, but must ensure long-term regional security and address the threat posed by Iran. He emphasized that the focus should be on securing sustainable safety in the Persian Gulf, curbing Iran's nuclear threat, missiles, drones, and its intimidation of maritime straits, as Israel launched one of the largest strikes in its history. The UAE has been facing continued missile and drone attacks from Iran. According to UAE Ministry of Foreign Affairs data, as of mid-March, the UAE's air defense systems had intercepted more than 300 ballistic missiles and 1,600 drones. In calls with multiple foreign ministers, Abdullah bin Zayed explicitly defined Iran's attacks on UAE civilian facilities, such as the Fujairah oil storage facilities and areas surrounding Dubai International Airport, as deliberate acts of terrorist aggression. At the United Nations Human Rights Council, the UAE formally rejected Iran's claim that its attacks were a response to US and Israeli strikes, insisting instead that they constituted unprovoked aggression against a sovereign state. Gargas stressed that a simple ceasefire agreement cannot resolve the root causes of the conflict. The UAE's proposed long-term solution must include the complete dismantling of Iran's long-range missile arsenal, a permanent halt to drone proliferation, and an internationally supervised permanent security arrangement for the Strait of Hormuz. In a post on the 23rd, Gargash stated that Iran has not only failed militarily, but is also morally bankrupt, as its targets included UAE energy sites and civilian water supply facilities. The UAE is attempting to leverage this crisis to promote the establishment of a new regional defense architecture, supported by the United States, covering missile defense and maritime security, according to Fly the Jerusalem post-citing two sources. Iran has decided to scale back its attacks on Saudi Arabia and Qatar out of concern that continued aggression could trigger a direct military response from Saudi Arabia. In contrast, military operations targeting Kuwait, Bahrain, and the UAE are expected to continue unchanged. Saudi officials recently warned that if Iran continues to strike its power and desalination facilities, Saudi Arabia may be forced to launch direct retaliatory strikes against Iranian territory. Iran has assessed that Saudi Arabia is on the verge of escalation. To avoid opening a new front, Iran has decided to temporarily reduce the frequency of attacks on Riyadh and Qatar's energy infrastructure. Iran's decision to scale back attacks on Qatar is not only due to military considerations, but also because Qatar remains one of the few countries capable of providing Tehran with informal diplomatic communication channels. Completely destroying Qatar's energy infrastructure would risk leaving Iran regionally isolated.